Let us go through social engineering attacks, and I would like to show you a couple of screens. Hope you're able to view this.
Yes, ma'am. We are able to view that, ma'am.
So as you can see here, the arrows projected out and then getting in. So that is all about data which is malicious, which is coming out from a particular global location to a particular target location. Okay. So this is a real-time threat map in different countries. As I'm browsing through, you can see different countries are being projected. So this is the status at this point of time. This is called as real-time threat map, cyber threat map. And this is by a company called Kaspersky. So to begin with, I wanted to apprise you of how much traffic is flowing across the globe, which is with a malicious intent, or they're trying to intrude into somebody's networks. So this is the data collected by a vendor called Kaspersky at this point of time, exactly this moment. And when you consider this, hope you can see this also. You can see the arrows projecting out from a source to some destination, right? So this is all, as you can see in the scroll window here. Okay. So this is about the intrusion packets that are originating from a particular source to a particular target location. So the severity, as you can see in the scrolling dialog box, critical, low, medium, and the location of that attack. So this is from another dashboard, which is from FortiGuard, Fortinet. They build firewalls and network devices. So I am showing you two of them, one a software vendor called Kaspersky and another by Fortinet. You have tens and dozens of other vendors, hardware and software providers who take care of this malicious traffic through antivirus softwares or through firewalls or the related threat map devices. Just imagine if all that data is put together, aggregated, what is the amount of traffic which is malicious that is flowing across at any point of time. Okay, so now you know at any given moment, lot of thread packets are flowing out of a given computer or out of an organization's network or is coming into that organization's network. So what is this social engineering? What is it all about? So this is mainly about attacks that are carried out through malicious software and mostly accomplished through human interactions. So using some human interactions, people install or deploy malicious softwares in organizations' networks or individual systems. So social engineering attacks, there are of several types. Like you have technology or people-based attacks. So you may have computer-based or mobile-based or physical through the person directly approaching the target computer. So physically the attacks might happen or through voice-based by making phone calls. Okay, these attacks might happen. So when it is carried out through computer, it could be through an email or through a USB device or through some Wi-Fi access point which releases free internet. So people automatically get connected to it, and the passwords or any sensitive information is leaked through that network. Or through mobile, people can carry out these social engineering attacks. So they can send SMSs, and in the SMS, there can be a link, and that link can be exploited. You'll be taken to a fake website, and from there, malwares might get downloaded into your machine. Or when you click on an email attachment, again, uh, you may get the same problem. So if you click on the link, you'll be taken to a wrong website, or some malicious software might get downloaded when you're clicking that attachment in email. So normally these phishing attacks or voice-based phishing attacks, they involve a voice message, and the phone call actually tempts the end user to leak some sensitive information. So they talk so sweetly, they try to gather as much information from you as possible through a phone call. Like this, for instance. So you have a team of cyber criminals who make phone calls and change the SIM cards. So when they make a phone call, they behave as though they are from a bank or some service provider, and they ask you for some sensitive information like OTP. And if you share that, automatically they make use of those and withdraw amounts from the bank or do whatever is possible from their side to commit the fraud. So this is also called as voice-based phishing or the phishing attack. So these phishing attacks, they fall under social engineering. So this is all about sending false mails and links that appear to come from legitimate sources. And these sources look very close to genuine sources with minor differences. And victims are tricked into sending their personal or sensitive information, and this information is used by attackers for their malicious purposes. This used to know passwords, account numbers, credit or debit card numbers, or PINs. And this data directly goes to the attacker's database. And you might be surprised to know phishing as a service is becoming very popular. It's also getting industrialized. So people are selling phishing kits like antivirus kits or Microsoft Office kit. You have phishing kits available which can be used for targeting enterprise users. So as you can see here, this is the report published by Akamai recently, and this is a study about web application attacks, means website-based attacks. October 2020 to October 31st, 2021. For whole 1 year, there was a study. And as you can see here, the orange lines, they show you about all kinds of web application attacks and websites, and something related to financial activity is all the blue graph. You can see a spike occurring in November. So right from October to November, there is heavy increase in the number of attacks. And you can see in the right side box, so Akamai has observed that huge number of web attacks are happening globally. Okay, and we'll study about a few, we'll discuss about a few credential harvesting attacks very soon. So what are these malicious softwares? So we said whenever you click on an email attachment, some malicious software or malware may get downloaded into your machine. So what is this malicious software? It's a program, and it has logic written by the attacker or a related person, and it does whatever was told by the attacker. It can encrypt your data and demand ransom to decrypt your files, or it may irritate you with a lot of advertisements, or for recording keystrokes, like whatever key you press, that can be carried away to the attacker servers, or the username and password might be stolen. So it can be used for stealing your credentials. And how does it come to your computer? It may come as a downloaded file from a web page, or as an email attachment, or as a file from USB or other media. And sometimes you might be using some good websites, but it may so happen that the files that you're downloading from that website might be an infected file. And many people make use of cracked versions of softwares. They don't use the licensed copies. Now, it may so happen that that cracked version of software has a lot of doors open for attackers and other programs to come and stay in your PC. How do you know there is malware? So whenever there is increased CPU usage, system may hang and may not respond to any mouse click or command, or there might be strange icons that might appear on the desktop, or there might be strange files in the folders, or in a particular folder, certain files may get encrypted, or certain files sometimes might get deleted also. It all depends on the kind of malware that gets loaded into your machine. So let me show you how you can actually find out. So we can see this is getting loaded. So here, so I'm just loading some website. So whenever you are visiting a website, if you want to find out whether that particular website is genuine or not, okay, you can simply load that URL, and you, as you can see here, Fortinet says this is a phishing website. Okay, and if I say something like google.com, then all the vendors, okay, they say it is a clean website. So like this, you can find out whether that URL, that website you're trying to visit is genuine or not. There is also another possibility of, if you have a hash code of any particular file or software that you have downloaded, okay, that also you can search for whether that ID is related to malicious software or a genuine software. Like the ID that I have fed just now is a Trojan horse. It's a ransomware, and it is a Wannacry. It encrypts the files in a targeted system, and you should pay the ransom to get back the files. So that is how it goes. Okay, so now there are different kinds of uh, malwares. So you have viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, spywares, adwares, botnet, keyloggers. So there are different kinds of, uh, malwares samples that are produced every day. For example, 230,000 malware samples are produced every day as per a particular report. Okay, and next. So the virus total, I have shown you ransomware, Wannacry Attack. So that ID belonged to a particular ransomware. Okay, that is when that ransomware gets installed in a machine, this is how your screen of your laptop or system would look like. Okay, your files have been encrypted and payment is accepted in Bitcoin only. And what else? So send $300 worth of Bitcoin to this address and an anonymous address. You can't even trace back. Okay. And another way of checking malwares is through antivirus softwares. So you must install an antivirus in your machine. And whenever some file is trying to get installed in your machine, it will alert you. Antivirus software will be alerting you. What is the impact of this malware? What is the impact of this malware? So these are some of the typical case studies. Sony Pictures hack. So this is an item which was published like anything in the media a few years ago. And Wikipedia has all the story. So I just put a screenshot of it. So a hacker group which identified itself by the name Guardians of Peace leaked the release of confidential data from the film studio Sony Pictures. And the data included personal information about Sony Pictures employees and their families, emails between employees, information about executive salaries at the company, copies of the then unreleased Sony films, plans for future Sony films, scripts for certain films, and lots of other information. Not just leaking information, they also employed a variant of Shamoon Viper malware to erase Sony's computer infrastructure. And why did they do this? So this group was against the release of a movie called The Interview. Okay, and they also threatened terrorist attacks, which are about to screen the film. And many US movie theaters opted not to screen. So Sony had to cancel the mainstream release and then directly go for a digital release the next day. LinkedIn hack is quite popular. So many times this was in the media. So about in 2012, about 6.5 million user accounts were stolen. And in 2016, again, news appeared that 100 million email addresses and hashed passwords, okay, they were available in the darknet for some small payment. Netflix email scam is quite popular. So Netflix subscribers, nearly about 110 million subscribers, they got an email and they were asked to click on a link. A form opened up and it was asking for credit card details to continue the subscription. So now instead of going to the Netflix website, this form data was submitted to attacker's website. Okay, and what would have happened? So this fake mail must have collected at least a few thousands of Netflix subscribers' credit card details who responded to the email. So the Wannacry attack, which I just showed you in Virus Total, so it has affected, it has targeted 99 countries and affected several lakhs of computers. within a short time. That was because of Windows vulnerability. People who didn't update their Windows operating system were attacked by this malware. There are many other notable breaches published in the media. So smart grids were said to be attacked. Then power cuts in certain countries were said to be cyber attacks. And certain cities' infrastructure was brought to halt because of cyber attacks. Look, for instance, here, Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. So, Colonial Pipeline, it's an American oil pipeline system that originates in Houston, Texas, and carries gasoline and jet fuel mainly to the southeastern United States. And it suffered a ransomware attack that impacted computerized equipment managing the pipeline. And in response, Colonial Pipeline halted all the pipeline's operations to contain the attack. And with the assistance of FBI, Colonial Pipeline paid the requested ransom of 75 bitcoins within several hours after the attack. So then the hackers sent a software application, or in other words, a kind of a decryption key to restore their network. But they said it operated very slowly. Just imagine. $4.4 million had to be paid within a few hours after the attack. And you can see further in the next paragraph, the same group is believed to have stolen 100 gigabytes of data from the company's servers the day before the malware attack. Then several stock exchanges were said to be attacked by cyber criminals. Many government offices keep getting mails in the names of their officers, and they're supposed to supply sensitive information. And there were many denial of service attacks carried out on uh, companies' servers or certain targeted servers. How do these attacks happen? Like how do they collect information about the targets? So now people might send a lot of, you know, SMSs, or they may ask you to click on their website certain links, sponsored links. So there are many ways of reaching out to the targeted individuals or organizations. So people can, for example, if you have something called Grabify IP logger, okay, and I can simply create a URL, and so I can say something like hello. So I can copy this link and so I'm typing it out here. So please click on this link. Any one of you. I've entered this link in the chat window. One of you, you can click on this. Done. Yeah, you can see here. You can see here. So I could find out your ISP provider, the host name, okay, and from which part of the country and all that stuff, right? You have all this data logged in. So a few of you tried. Now many people might click on this. I'm just deleting this. We're not saving all this stuff. Okay. So this, it's as simple as that. You can see the IP addresses are found, which browser you are using and which device you are using. All that information can be simply found out using very simple tools that are available on the internet. So, this is the result of, clicking any link. So anyone can actually get details about your machine, about your softwares and all that stuff. So can you share me your email ID, any one of you?
Ma'am, your screen is not visible, ma'am. Can you check?
Not visible. Just a second. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Okay. Yeah, somebody has typed an email. I'm sending a fake mail from Sumedha. Just give me a second. I'm typing it. Okay. So let it come. So it's slow. My network is a bit slow today. So yeah. You can see here. So I got a mail and you can see the mail ID. So this is the mail ID I got in the chat window. And I got a mail from that mail ID to my mail ID, as you can see here. right? So, and if I click on this link, mywebsite.com, this can be a fake website which might collect my credentials. Got it? So let me show you what will happen if you click on this link. So how do you know this is a fake mail? So you just click on the three dots here. Hope you can see the mail. Okay, you can click on the three dots here. So Google has got a good program running in the background to find out whether the mail is genuine or not. So I'm getting this message. But then how do you find out? You can go to the three dots and then click on show original, and you can find out the sender policy framework, whether it is being complied or not. It's not. It says it's failed. Okay, and so this mail is not trustable. It's not from directly this sender, but it was spoofed by someone. It has come from certain other server than it is supposed to be. That's what Google says, Gmail says. Okay, a thorough analysis would actually help you find out more information about from where it has come, right? So, yeah. Okay, this is how these mails are sent. So now, what if you click on this link, mywebsite.com? So sometimes we may think somebody, our own friends have sent these mails, right? Or our bosses have sent some information, and we click on it, and then we try to find out. So I'm just taking you to another application. And hope you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm opening my browser and clicking on. So this is a small educational demo that we use. Okay. So I'm just clicking on that my website related portal. Okay, so I'm getting a screen which is looking exactly like the Google screen, right? So, and if I'm typing my mail ID, asdfgh@gmail.com. And if I give some password, say 123456789, don't save. And as you can see here, okay, so initially I was displayed with a page, which was an exact replica of Gmail login page. But then once I put my username and password and said okay, then it took those passwords and then forwarded me to the actual Google page. How do you find out whether it is a fake page or a genuine page? So you can see the lock symbol here, okay? And in the previous case, you can see the connection is not secure, okay? And also it's not having any Google link, right? So now coming back to our server, as you can see here, whatever username and password I have typed, okay, in the website which I went to by visiting my email link. So whatever username and password, the credentials I have fed into the text boxes, they went to the attacker server. So as simple as that. So this is a small educational demo, but this can happen at a larger scale. Okay. So yeah. And there are methods like Google docking, wherein people can actually perform refined searches in Google to get hold of more information about the company or about an individual or a particular entity. Similarly, password files, if proper settings are not made to the web servers and websites, certain pages may get opened even to the ordinary public in Google. So people can actually catch hold of those passwords, hashed passwords, and also find out derive the exact passwords from these files. And there are many more, like Google hacking database is somewhere where how to search the dumps of WhatsApp or camera feeds for which the default passwords are set. Like usually in apartments and many offices, surveillance cameras are installed and they are set to default passwords. So admin or admin1234. So people can log into them and view the feeds, camera feeds, right from any place. So they can find out the feeds of uh, the watchman related cameras and so on. At the gate, people are there in the office or not, and so on. So similarly, there are a lot of deep fake applications are also in circulation. Like I'll show you a typical example. Let me share it. Okay, so I'm sharing another application. You can see both of them, right? Now, this is an AI-based program. So literally, so I can, create deep fake videos by making any photo, by generating certain, we have what are called as generative adversarial networks. Okay, so people can actually create any kind of videos and record them. Okay, these are called as deepfakes. Hope you got it. So it's a simple software program. Okay, you can give somebody's camera feed and then create anything with any other photograph. Okay. And we have lot of security breaches also happening. Like for instance, this one. So this is a database search engine, but this is a data breach search engine. Okay, if databases of websites are breached, if websites are hacked and data is breached, that can be searched out in these websites. What do you find here? So a lot of documents, credential stuffing, then cracked password hashes, all of them are available. Emails, names, usernames, IP addresses, phones, password hashes, and lots of information is available in these search engines. Then you can go to this website, all of you, and type your mail ID and then find out whether, okay, whether your email is found in any of these database breach search engines. Come on, post in the chat window, dear participants, if you find your email ID here. So you'll get some website names with which you have registered using this particular email ID. So check the email IDs that you normally use to log into e-commerce portals or flight booking websites or food ordering things or vegetable purchase related portals. Let me know. Let me know if any person's email ID is found in database breach websites. So just go to haveibeenpwned.com. Yeah, somebody, Saini Ravi is there. Okay. So what do you find out? Somebody replied in the chat window. Yeah. So what do you find out? You would have found your mail ID and corresponding websites with which you have uh, registered to, right? So in that case, the best thing to do is change your passwords immediately because your password is available with some website which shares it with other people. Yeah, no pawnage found. Oh, very good. Somebody says that good. If no pawnage found, it's fine. But if there is some pawned websites, then you have to change. Yeah, pawned info database breaches and found no case. Okay, that is good. So one thing would be if you're not using those accounts, it will be better if you unsubscribe to that account. Or if you're using the same mail ID to log into multiple websites, and if the password is also the same, okay, then it is the best that you change the passwords immediately. So now you might have also seen this kind of SMS. Okay, when you click on particular link, again, the same kind of a problem might occur. So you'll be taken to a fake website. You'll be asked to fill details and those things will be automatically received by the attacker's softwares or systems or programs. And if any fraud happens through SMS, it's called as phishing or phishing through SMS. There are many websites. If somebody is respond, nice. So better you change the password. I just saw something in the chat, so I'm replying to them. Yeah. So There are many websites which allow attackers to send SMSs. So people clone the websites, like I have shown you the Google or Gmail login screen. People might clone the Facebook or a bank uh, website or your own organization's website. It may, the screen may look like, exactly a replica of your, that particular company's website. But be careful, look at the URL. Why would a Facebook organization host their website with another domain name? They won't, right? So similarly, look for a lock symbol and a connection secure symbol. Never ever enter your credentials through the links that come from SMS or WhatsApp or email. So how do you avoid these malwares from getting downloaded from the fake websites? So the best thing would be to install some kind of an antivirus software. Okay, you can use any antivirus software. All of them have almost the same database of virus signatures or malware signatures. Now, say for example, in this particular case, the right side box. So this is about a keylogger malware, and it has given an alert saying, look, there is a suspicious action. Do you want to proceed or terminate? So what will happen if you click on an SMS link, or if you intentionally, give permission for a mobile application to get installed in your device? So this is a small experiment that we performed in our own network with a simple Android mobile phone and the laptop. So we used a framework called Metasploit framework, and so we created a mobile application which is malicious, and then we hosted it in a local server, and that website link, okay, which has this malicious software available, this app available. So that we shared through the SMS. And once the user clicks on that SMS, the mobile app would get downloaded into the mobile device. And once it starts getting installed, okay, so it starts a reverse connection with the attacker server. So once the connection is established, okay, and what happens next? Attacker has complete control over the mobile device, and he can find out what operating system the device has got. Say here Android 5.1.1 version, and you can see we can dump the call logs, contacts book. We can dump all the SMS messages, find the geolocation, and then send SMS to somebody else through that phone, or set the ringer mode to vibration or silent. So now these SMSs or call logs, they can all be saved in some text files, okay, and they are directly sent to the website of the attacker. So now he can directly open those text files and read the messages or find out the contacts. Okay. So this is a simple program, but there are sophisticated things that are performed by the actual attackers. These are education related programs just to give awareness on how simple things are when they have the right set of tools. A few advices are for maintaining anonymity and security. You can make use of Proton Mail for privacy in the browsing. So like you don't want your browser to know your browsing behavior. So then Epic browser is one. Then DuckDuckGo search engine instead of Google search engine. It claims to, offer anonymity and security. Then Signal app, like WhatsApp, but maintains privacy. And then whenever you want to subscribe to some websites and you don't want to revisit them with the same mail ID again, you can make use of 10minutemail.com. And certain other important things all of us must be aware of is, like when you see somebody's video getting viral, you want to stop it. So you can go to stopncii.org. So if someone is threatening to share the video, so here you can report. Okay. So if someone's social media account like Facebook is compromised, so here it can be reported, facebook.com/hack. And then we also have cybercrime.gov.in website, wherein you can report all the crimes, cybercrime related. And then when something is purchased online and there is some issue out there, so this is where you can file a case. And then any women related issues, we have National Commission for Women. So ncw.nic.in. You may register a complaint out here. Okay. So these are some of the things you can share with your peer group and colleagues and people at your home. Don't forget to install some kind of an antivirus software. And whenever you are performing transactions using electronics for banking related activities, be careful. So whenever there is a pop-up during a session, okay, they can be a malware infestation. So be careful whenever you are providing data in those pop-ups. Similarly, look for HTTPS and the padlock symbol, the lock symbol, before making any online payments. Similarly, never share any passwords or your card numbers, your CVV, and avoid any data leaks. And never share copies of passbook, checkbooks, bank statements, KYC documents. Even if you are sharing some Aadhaar photographs or any kind of a thing, you just cross it off and then write, this is submitted to so-and-so office on so-and-so date for so-and-so purpose, so that people cannot reuse it. Beware of any mails that come to you. So thoroughly look at the from address and to address, whether it has been sent to a group of people, and the timing at which this is sent, and the language within the body of the mail. So and I have just shown you a few of them: credential stuffing, and then phishing related activities. But there are a lot of attacks that happen day in and day out. So we just went through in this 1 hour session very few aspects of the attacks. Normally, we here in this talk, we just addressed attacks through social engineering. And we have loads of information available in infosec-awareness.in website. So you can go to it. So children, students, women, family, police, teachers, government employees, and system or network admins. For each category of people, you have wide range of information. So thank you so much. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful and enlightening session. The session was given a lot of insights with respect to the phishing malware and all these kind of things. Thank you, ma'am. I think there is one question. When we open the Chrome browser, 2 to 3 tabs are open. but in the task manager, it shows many Chrome symbols under the Chrome browser more than, that's what the question is now. So like they will be opening some 2 to 3 tabs in a browser, but in the task
Hmm.
manager, they are seeing more than, those 2 to 3 tabs.
You must have opened this browser several times. So the browser that you are actually showing on the screen might be having only 2 tabs, but you must have opened the browser itself several times.
Okay, ma'am. And I think many were telling like, many were tuned like, it was their password was tuned in 7 data breaches and found no paste. What do you mean?
On? No? What is
Yeah,
that?
in 7 websites, the data breach was found, and
Ah,
there were no pastes were found. No pastes.
Paste means? I didn't.
Paste, ma'am, paste, PASTE.
Okay, okay.
7 data breaches were found, but no pastes.
Mhm. So
Subject to such harassment. Okay.
normally, have I been pawned? It is a kind of a program which takes some mail ID as input, and then searches what it searches a lot of data breaches. Okay, and if that mail ID is found out there, then it will display all those mail IDs, all those websites at your place. So that is what happens.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, that's it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining with us and taking this session on very important aspects. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. So someone like we will be continuing the next session. There won't be any breaks or what things like we will just continue the next session, and after that we will end up the training program. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, kindly keep it in the chat area so that we will try to respond those queries. Okay. If you have any questions, keep it in the chat area. Any kind of questions, we will try to address those questions. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Just we will move on to the next session, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And for any more information, you can also go to haveibeenpawned.com and look for paste bins also. If your question was about the paste bin, so you can also look for help in that. You have loads of information.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And sorry for the network disturbance. I have come to a remote village, my grandparents' village. So
No problem, ma'am. No problem. We are on time. No issues. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, last but not least the session, like we will be moving on to the social networking and secured financial transactions. That is one thing, and other aspect is like introduction to e-learning and assessment. So these are the few aspects we are going to cover in our this particular session. And from morning onwards, I was talking to you, but most of the people might not know my name. I'm Jagdish Babu, project manager here for ISC CDAC Hyderabad. Okay. I'm not going to talk more theoretical part. Let's jump on to the actual session. Let's move on to the actual session. So like you will be heard about these words, social engineering, social networking and all such kind of things. There is a slight difference, between the social engineering and social engineering and social networking. Okay, but both the things are comes under the social media only, right? Social plus media. Social itself is like socializing, mixing the people, and media, like where we will be using some kind of communication to interact with the people or to kind of pass on some kind of information with other people. So that's how the social media is came into the picture. And like we all know, like social media and social networking, social media is almost like it is a one-way communication, right? They will be, someone is telling and we will be listening. And when it comes to the, no sir, earlier it was in JNU, right now we are in Samshabad. Okay. Another way is like we were into the social networking. Social networking is a one-way communication, bidirectional and multi-direction. So one way in the sense like one to one also can happen, and one to many, many to one also it can happen. So that is the basic difference between the social media and social networking. So social media is basically one way, and social networking is one to one, one to many, and all such kind of things. So this is how typically it looks like the social networking kind of thing. Typically it looks like that. Networking is a service and an online platform used to communicate with the people and build social networks and social relations with other people who share similar personal interests, career interests, backgrounds, and real-time connections and all such kind of things. So do you think, like, after seeing this picture, do you think like is it have any boundaries? Is it have any boundaries? Can you please say yes or no in the chat area? Do you think the social network or internet doesn't have any boundaries? No boundaries. All right, thank you. And do you think internet has any boundaries? Do you think internet has any boundaries? No? I think most of you are telling no. That's it. That's a wonderful response. Thank you. Thank you so much. Internet doesn't have any boundaries. In the similar way, social networking has also no boundaries. Anyone can talk to any n number of people. Anyone can have any n number of connections. I'm not mentioning any numbers. I'm just mentioning any n number, right? So that's the advantage of this social networking. Okay. So while using this social networking, there are some advantages, like you can meet the people who are across the world. They can be anywhere in the world. You can you can find out them, and you can talk to them and all the things. And after finding out, like, you can make a friendship, etc. And by sitting in single location, like, you can build your profile, and you can also make your self representation. So what I mean by profile building and self representation is nothing but, you can build your profile, like you can have n number of connection by sitting in single location. See, if you want to make some kind of arrangement, or if you want to make some kind of friendship, the people there in Africa or America, you can do it by using this, right? So that is how you can do that. And you also can build your profile, like you can you can promote yourself by sitting in a single location. When you will be promoted, how how one person can become a celebrity, or one person become very popular, right? Yeah, the exact word is become very popular. So how do you become very popular? Can anyone type in the chat area? Can anyone use the chat area? How can you become a very popular in a positive direction, not in another direction? Okay, by being influencer. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So now that influencer things are also moving towards, I think there was an article day before yesterday, as an influencer in the most of the social networking platforms, there are some influencers, like they will keep some kind of photograph or some kind of spreading the information for public usage. Excellent, excellent, fantastic, sir. Right? So that influencers, earlier the influencer are too positive kind of thing, but nowadays, unfortunately, other things are also become very popular, and they are become the influencer, right? You can just search in the media recently, like the positiveness and negativeness of the influencers. Okay, so that is how you can become build your profile, like you can have a number of people in your group and kind of thing. And you also can represent yourself, like what you are. See, for example, there are so many people who are responding. If you want to say, how do you represent yourself, or how do you want to, you wanted to communicate, how beautifully or how nicely you can communicate. So that is what these platforms will provide you, such kind of options, right? You can exchange, share information in various things, latest news, updates, events, entertainment, whatnot, so that is how becoming. And it is sometimes it is a headache to the government as well as legal enforcement also. right? Issue is same, but within no time the issue will spread across like anything. So that is the reason, like, you know, wherever, whichever the government, wherever they are, if something happens, immediately they're stopping the thing. Otherwise, sometimes, you know, unnecessarily these influencers will make unnecessary videos, and they will, you know, escalating those issues kind of thing. So to avoid all such kind of things, like, we need to have some kind of limitations, how, what, and all such kind of things, right? So anything can happen by using the social networking platforms. Share the data, videos, etc. So these are the some of the advantages, you know. So for example, you wanted to meet someone like who are in US, like immediately earlier, like there was so many issues, but now that is not the call. You just a call away. You can just make a video call at any point of time. You can meet, you can talk to them, you can see like what happening kind of thing. So all such kind of things are happening. So because of this internet and because of this social networking and instant messaging platforms kind of thing, right? So those are the some of the advantages, and these are the varieties and types of social networking platforms. Like, you have so many platforms are available. Some popular and, you know, popular networking platforms, as well as mostly used kind of thing which we are discussing here. There are so many socializing apps like Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp, and etc. And career and business opportunities, like if someone is you know, want to build their career by, if you are there in a LinkedIn, like-minded people will come, like-minded people will talk, and they may utilize your services, or you can utilize their services. You know, Naukri and all, you can post your resume and you can become very good. Not like that, there are so many, and there are so many matrimonial websites are there, where people will meet, talk, and you know, decide like whether they wanted to go ahead or they wanted to stop there itself. And there are so many online shopping sites, wherein if someone purchases, and they will give you the you know, both positives and negatives. So whether the finally we can go ahead for purchasing or not. So such kind of discussions, such kind of liking, disliking, all such kind of things will happen. So these are the different varieties of social networking platform. We all know how the coin has both, you know, both positive side and negative side. In the same way, anything, if you talk about, both the things will always be there. But only thing is, like, we should be able to take out like what is it required, and how positively we should, you know, make use of those things, right? So if you look into it, like, the data never sleep. I think morning also, you know, Kashyap shown to you that the data never sleep. You and me will take rest or will sleep, but somewhere or other people will keep on using that. So the data never sleep. The data will keep on moving wherever you are, you know, in various forms. In various forms, you can just see these are some of the examples which are happening in a given minute of time, right? So once they, as we all know, and morning also I had talked about, so that when the technology is moving up, when the technology is growing and moving, and at the same time the number of cyber crimes are also increased. We all know that from last 2 years, like the 2021 and 21 22, right now, you know, most of the scenarios, you know, the cyber crime has gone up more than 685%. Cyber crime has gone up more than 685% across the world. When it comes to the India, there is more than 186% cyber crimes have increased comparatively previous years. So that is the kind of scenario. So these number of cyber crimes which are happening in the pretext of food supply, food, medicine, oxygen, and other essentials, supplying and all the things, because these are the needy things, like when we are in a difficult situation like COVID and all, where we are not able to go, and like whatever it is available online, immediately we are ordering and all such kind of things. So many a times it is a good, and many a times it is also given lot of things. You know, let me give you let me give you one of the live example, how it has happened, right? You know, most of the people might have been purchased oximeters. Can you please say yes or no in the chat area? Did you purchase any oximeters? Did you purchase any oximeters? I wanted responses more than 100. Sir, ma'am, like, you know, there are good number of people are there. I wanted to listen more responses, please. All right, thank you. And did anyone return back? Did anyone is returned back? Krishnamuraj says yes. Did anyone return back? Krishnamuraj says no. Okay, Sisidhar says no. And Ratnam Kurlagala, no. Okay, no. Okay. Yeah, Nusarat, okay. No, Jagdish Singh Bailey, okay. All right. Okay, good. That's a good thing which has happened to you, right? So in this thing, there are, you know, cases like where they have supplied the fault oximeters. Okay, and they brought in, they checked it, which is not working. Immediately they given it back. Immediately they given it back. So during that, when they're given it back, when you when you are kept the finger, and it captures your fingerprint some extent, always that layer will be there. So by using that, the oximeter has come to you, the oximeter you have placed it and it has come to you, and you returned it, right? So during that process, they have your address, they have your email address, they have your mobile number, and at the same time they also have your fingerprints. Okay, by using all these things, they have created a fake identities, they have created fake documents. So by using the fake documents, they have done a business of more than 30-40 crores. All these documents, they have established a company, and on that establishment they have done number of businesses, and after that, they closed it and they went off. So for finally, our GST department came to know that this company is not paying any GST. Then they sent a notice. There was no response. Physically, they went there and found that no one is there. Company was done. Then they started investigation. Then they found all these fraudsters have created a fake documents, and they have created a fake companies, and they have done business on your behalf, or you or me or someone, whoever it is. Okay, they have done a business on our behalf, and they have made a lot of money out of it, and they got benefited. And finally these people are nabbed. People like you and me were nabbed because their identity has gone, and they have created a fake document, they've done business and all the things. And finally, during the investigation, they found that they created a fake documents and done the business on behalf of some XYZ person. So that is what it is happening in the market. So we have to be very, very careful, like where we are sharing, submitting the documents and all purposes and all such kind of things. Okay, there are so many people lured into the transaction tracking, tracking and hacking accounts kind of thing, right? So during that process, did anyone receive any messages, in last few days, stating like either your account is blocked? Anyone received any such kind of things? Your KYC is pending. Your UNO app is blocked. Did anyone receive any such kind of messages? If at all, if you are having any such kind of accounts like HDFC or SBI, so they used to send those messages. Did anyone responded? Did anyone responded to that? If at all, if you are responding, you are gone case. Like in the earlier session, we have shown it to you, like how the phishing will happen. Similarly, that is what it happened. Good that like no one has responded. Thank you. Thank you so much. Long back I received. Okay. Good that you not responded, sir. Right? Creating a fake social media accounts, like morning onwards we were discussing. So if your details are available, your name, mobile number and all, your photographs are already available in public domain. So by using those things, we can create a fake accounts on your behalf, and we can do what all the things someone wanted to do it. And filming and circulating pornographic material, online blackmailing and all such kind of things. Once this kind of material is there, it always happens like that. Okay, so these are the number of cyber crimes which are reported across the country. These are few numbers, like where it is reported, it is a world content kind of thing. Okay, so we all know that like OTTP cost, it is only 499, but actually it costs your time. The cool drink costs only 25 rupees, but it costs your health. Social media is free, but it costs your focus. So there is always hidden cost. Remember that golden phase management quote: when something is free, you are the product. Are you all agree with this? When something is free in an internet, and you are become a product, are you all agree? Like, let me know your answers, like who are all agree. Right. Okay, good. I think good number of people are agreeing. I think you also got the point, like what the message we wanted to communicate through this. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you. Let's move on. 59% of the Indian adults fell victim to a cybercrime over past 12 months. Any guess? Sir, ma'am, any guess? 59% of the Indian adults fell victim to a cybercrime past 12 months during the period of COVID-19. Any guess, like why is it so? 59% of Indian adults fell victim to a cybercrime over past 12 years. Of course, this is a bit old, but it is not so old, it is a bit old. Did anyone say like why? What is the reason? Is there any specific reason to become like you and me also? No awareness. Excellent, sir. Excellent. All right, there are so many people who are started using gaming. Excellent. Gaming, online, social media accounts, dating. These things, like there are so many people are become addicted and they lost a lot of money, and there is many people are become fell victim. See, in this case, it is not so old. It is June 30, 2021. J&K Cyber Police nabbed woman 34 lakh pension fraud case from a Punjab. Right? So what this person is doing, like he was searching on searching on internet. Exactly. Mainly in lockdown, there are so many issues which have happened. Okay. So this person, he wanted to get some kind of pension after his retirement. So that, like he was searching something, and during that process, like he got a call, says that, sir, like if you invest this XYZ amount in this XYZ company, and you will be getting this kind of amount after retirement. So that officer is believed that, that officer is believed that, and he's invested the money of 34 lakhs in 39 consecutive, 34 lakhs in 36 consecutive bank transactions. Okay, he invested that money, and later part he realized that he was got cheated. So like whenever you are searching anything in the search engines kind of thing, so you have to be very very careful whether are we going to the right direction or not. So for example, if you go to the internet and if you search something, in the right portlet you will be getting so many issues. For example, I'll be just checking like Indian Railways, right? IRCTC, online IRCTC ticket booking. The first website you will be getting with the advertisements, and the second one you will be getting the actual website. And the right side you will be getting the some information related to the railways, right? Like what are the information which is available on the right side? Anyone can go and change that information, right? Right side, you search it in the search engine, right? Like whatever the information which is available in the right side, that information can be changed by anyone by using the fake email by using fake email address kind of thing, right? So you have to be very very careful whenever whatever you are seeing on the website immediately, like what are the number it comes and all the things. Never ever call such kind of numbers. Directly go to their website. For example, if it is in any bank or any department website, please go to the website and see like what is their contact number, toll-free number kind of thing, and after that you do it. Otherwise, this kind of chances will happen, right? So these are some statistics like where one third of the world users are only in India, whether it could be Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and all such kind of things. You all know better than that. Like whenever you are using any of the social media, knowingly, unknowingly, all this information goes out of your hand. Example, like name, mobile number, email, birthday, photos, videos. Are you all agree? Mailing address, location, ISP, like who is your service provider. In the Grabify, we have just shown it to you. What is the browser type? So all this kind of information goes out of our hand, and there are chances that credit card, debit card information is also some of those people are fed, right? Here is a survey is giving that information. Like 88% people personal information is available in publicly, right? Whoever is there in the social media accounts, 65% of the people's real age is available, and 58% is people's email addresses are available, 15% is 49% is mobile numbers are available, and 7% is bank account details are available, right? So these are the some statistics. If I have your name, age, email address, photographs, mobile number, can I blackmail you? If I have those 5 details, if someone can blackmail you or not, right? The reason why I'm discussing is like you and me have brothers, sisters, children, and all. So you have to be very careful enough them, and whatever you are learning from morning to till now, so you have to share it with your family members. Let them also get benefit out of this kind of information. Like what are the information or what are the case studies which I'm saying, it is not to threaten you. This is only for your information, to safeguard yourself, to secure yourself in the internet space. Okay. So these are the some disadvantages. As I told you, by showing all the things, not to threaten you, to only to create awareness, we have done all these things. Photographs can be taken, altered, distributed on other website. Is it true or false? If I have your photograph, can I alter? Can I modify that photograph and can I distribute? Right? Yes. Exploitation of the personal information like identity theft. I just shown you like your mobile number, email address, house address, and thumb impressions are available. How someone can make an identity and how can they can do such kind of things, right? Cyber stalking and bullying. someone can bully you by using that information. They will be trying to blackmail you, or it is going to like mental harassment and mental these things, mental harassment, as well as unnecessarily someone will be in, getting frustration kind of thing. And as you all know, it leads to blackmail and illegal content. There are so many things which have happened during the lockdown period. I think still the WhatsApp is not updated since for a long time. You will be getting a nude call, and immediately you will be answering that call. You know that like which is coming from an anonymous user, but still you are taking that call and you are watching. The moment you attend the call, some video will pop up, and you will be watching that video, and immediately they'll start blackmailing you. How they will do? Like when you are watching this video, they are also capturing that you are watching this video, and later part they will send and they will try to blackmail you. Unless and until you pay that amount, they won't leave you. In spite of paying the money also, they won't leave you. So that is what it has happened in to one of the couple. They have received the call, and they have watched that video, and they were got blackmailed. Each one of them, without knowing each other, they have paid more than 10 lakhs. And later also that fellow is not leaving these people, and then they have approached the police people, right? After that, like what that fellow has done, he kept it in the social media platforms. Finally these people has spoken to that LEAs, and they stopped that videos kind of thing. So that is what it is happens, unless and until if you take care by ourselves. Okay, is inappropriate content and exposure to the sexual content. These are the some of the things. And the social networking sites, some more risk. Younger generation tend to be more trusting. So as I told you, like either our children, brother, sister, it is an attraction. Because of the lockdown also, there are so many WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and all the things, live sessions, live interactions, and so many things are happening. The people who are not aware also, they also came to know, and they started using. So unless and until if you have a kind of time limit, watching them, not all the time, at least like once in a while, like what they're doing, their things, if there are any behavioral changes, those aspects we have to look into it, and we have to talk to them, and we have to bring them to the mainstream kind of thing. And revealing the private information, like what are the information. So in many cases, I am just going to share you some of the case studies, and adding people they don't know, so which is very very dangerous. Someone send a request, so you don't know like who they are, but still you accept them, because you have a less number of people in your group. So this, if you add, keep on adding, number of people will be there, they will try to exploit, and they will try to get like whatever the information they wanted, and later part they will try to blackmail. So we have to be very careful when you are using this. So this is a case, this is also not so old, it is 2021 case only. A Maharashtra engineer cheated for 57 lakhs in a matrimonial custom duty fraud. And here is another lady who lost 71 lakh rupees. In both the cases, it has happened the same thing. So they were in a social media, social networking platforms initially, and on later part they realized like they have exchanged their mobile numbers, and they came onto the instant messaging platforms, and the relation was grown up like anything. Later part they decided they wanted to get marry each other, and that is up to that level it is fine. And later part they said like they wanted to marry each other, and he was mentioning like he was working as a doctor in somewhere UK kind of thing. So that is how the introduction is happened and all such kind of things. So later part they decided to get married, and they said like he is bringing everything, and this lady is also believed, and he started sending tickets, whatnot, all those things, boarding passes, arrival, departure, and all such kind of things. And this lady is also believed in the same thing. And finally she got a call, says that like this XYZ person was got stuck in the customs. So he's bringing more beyond like what he's supposed to carry. Then he has to pay that amount, then they have paid that amount, later GST, later courier, whatnot. So all such kind of things, she started receiving n number of calls, from various people, and she has started paying that. In the meantime, he's also talking to that fellow. Yes, these people are asking these, and all such kind of things. So in that, like once they later part they realized like they were got cheated, but finally they are not able to done anything. But in this case, in this Mumbai case, finally that lady was realized like what is happening. Then she said like I don't have any money. If you can transfer some 5 lakh rupees, I will deposit this 5 lakh rupees in the bank and I will get 15 lakh rupees. That is what she said. And that fellow is also, sent that 5 lakh rupees to this lady, and she safeguard. She realized, something happening wrong. And later part, like she was trying to talk to that fellow, and he's not lifting, and there is no profile and all such kind of things. That is what it happens. So these are the some of the aspects wherein we should be careful when we are in a social networking platforms. See, I'm not telling anything. Like what are the things is were published in the print media only. We were just discussing as in the case study. In some of the areas like where we're also involved as investigation part because of the so many aspects. Okay, in this case also the boy sitting behind below the police officer, he started cheating these two young girls. Not only these two young girls, he cheated more than 200 people. One fine day evening, he said like his mother was hospitalized and he wanted to get some money, right? So people have started transferring the money, and these two young girls who came forward and reported against this guy, and finally he was nabbed and kept behind the bars. Morning also someone is asking, like if this kind of information loss and this kind of frauds are happening. Yes, as I told you, if the crime is happening within India or within that particular state, they can do it. If the crime is happening outside city or outside the state, it is difficult. Right now, they are also modifying all those laws, and especially if something is happening outside India, that is very very difficult to catch that people. Like what were the frauds which we are seeing in India? What are the number of cyber crimes and financial frauds and all such kind of things are happening outside India. It is a bit difficult to bring them to the justice. Because the moment if you bring them also, for example, they are taking the people from your account and immediately they're transferring that amount into the various accounts, and from there like they're transferring it to the various wallets and they're completing. And nowhere we are many are cases, once they have looted the 1 lakh rupees, they transfer into the various accounts. From there they are transferring to the various wallets. Most of these accounts and most of the wallets are fake. As I told you, in many cases, most of the bank accounts are created on the people who are died. When the police people have started investigation, that is completely fake account. They have used that account by using the fake documents, and the person was also no more in existence. So that is how these people will operate. So like where are the police people are able to track those people, they're able to track and they bring back the money, right? But in many other cases it won't happen because this cyber crime has committed outside India. So that is the problem. So unless and until if you take the preventive measures, prevention is better than cure, right? We all know that prevention is better than cure. Now the COVID situations are there, and you are washing your hand regularly by using the sanitization. You are wearing the mask every time, all the time during the day. So that is how it is happens. You are taking the preventive measures. The same thing is applicable in the cyber world also. You should take some preventive measures and you can safeguard yourself in the digital world, right? Otherwise there are chances that it can happen to anyone, anything. And he's a 9th class boy. He's altered his classmate's photograph and started blackmailing the parents. But he was caught and kept behind the bars. There are so many such kind of incidents which are happening in the cyber world, and we are witnessing, and we are also seeing those kind of cases which are happening in the news media, print media, and all such kind of things. Okay, so unless and until if you take some preventive measures, there is always some kind of danger which are involved, right? So let me discuss like what are the like we were talking only one side, the other side. So most of the platforms are also giving the security and privacy options, right? When you are using these platforms, you also can secure yourself. You also can secure yourself by following the some of the preventive, some of the privacy and security settings. Okay, so I'm just going to discuss like what are the WhatsApp privacy and security settings. Are you all ready to do it along with me? Are you all ready to do it along with me? Are you all ready to enable these WhatsApp privacy and security options on your device? Okay, if you are yes, please say yes so that we will start doing it. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir and madam. Please open your WhatsApp. Please open your WhatsApp. Okay, the same thing is applicable other platforms also. I'm just discussing this since like most of the people are operates that. Okay, open your WhatsApp account. Let's click on the three dots. Okay, once you open the WhatsApp, like extreme right side, you can just see those three dots. Once you click on the three dots, like you will be having like a new group, broadcast, link devices and all, and finally you will be able to see the settings. The moment you click on the settings, extreme right side, you will be able to see that account, sort and all such kind of things. Okay, click on chart or select the chart. Okay, once you select that account, you will be having all these options. You know, privacy, security, two-step verification and all. Like, what are your privacy? Okay, the moment you click on the privacy, in the you can just see in the middle, there are three options. Last seen. If you want to enable, disable, you can enable, disable that. And there is something called profile photo. By default, that profile photo is visible to everyone. And if you click on that my profile photo, there are three options are available. Everyone, my contacts, or my contacts except. To whom you will show your profile picture. Can anyone say in the chat area to whom you wanted to share your profile picture? You want to share it with everyone, or you wanted to share it only with your friends and near and dear? Very good, very good. I think many of the people are telling they wanted to show it only with their my contacts. Okay. So by default, it is everyone. So remove from everyone to keep it my contacts, so that only the people who are there as your contacts, they only can see your profile picture. Okay, others cannot see your profile picture. Okay, come down about status. Right, done, sir. Excellent, Sisidhar sir. And there is one more thing called status. Okay, click on that status. Once you click on the status, there are also three options are available. My contacts accept or only share with groups people kind of thing, right? So here also choose only my contacts, so that other than your contacts, no one can see your profile picture as well as status, right? There is an option called groups, who can add into their WhatsApp group. So for example, Shashidhar sir is there. So I know his mobile number. Okay, I can send some kind of message, or I can invite him for some XYZ purpose, right? Okay, so if he is not enabling to my contacts, if he is enabled only to everyone, he will get a message directly into his inbox, and I can see I can send any kind of message and he can see that. But if you choose only my contacts, the message will come to you, okay, by saying like Jagdish wanted to add you into his WhatsApp group. Then if you allow, then only you will be added into my group. And if you deny, I can't do anything. Okay, I can't do anything, right? So that's the advantage. If you choose only my contacts, no one can add into their WhatsApp group. No one can add into the WhatsApp group. That way you can safeguard. All right, recently we came to know one incident, right? He's a landlord. He is having some lands, buildings and all kind of things. Then some ISP people, like internet service provider people, approaches that person, says that, sir, we wanted to keep some these what do we say, the towers, cell towers and all, they wanted to keep it in that cell towers and all. So he said like, yeah, you can use that infrastructure. So finally this person called them to come his place, or he said like he will come and meet those people. No, sir, like we are not in that location, we are in somewhere else. But anyhow, our people have seen that and they said like these are the right places to establish these towers. He is agreed. And finally they came to the business was settled on. So finally those people started asking him, sir, we wanted to keep some 6 towers in 6 areas. Okay, if you can send some 50,000 rupees as a registration fee or MOE kind of thing, then we will initiate the process. He said like he got doubt. Then he's not paid anything. So then what these fraudsters have done, they have taken his profile picture and they have started misusing his profile picture. The fraudsters kept this profile picture as his picture, and those people have started blackmailing and they started contacting the people who are there in his contact list. Those fraudsters started contacting with those people. Okay, so that is what it is happens typically. So once you are accepting, once you are doing kind of thing, you have to be careful. Otherwise, there are chances can people happen. It is not old. It is happened only in the last month. Okay, just to share with you that thing we have done. So those are the privacy options, right? So there is one more option is also there. You know, under the privacy, you have seen status, groups, live location. If you want to share, you can share. Otherwise, you can remove it. And there is a fingerprint lock. I never suggest that. And there is something called accounts. There is something called two-step verification. The moment you click on the two-step verification, right side extreme screen you will be getting. There it will ask you to enter the password. Okay, you select that option and click on enable. Once you enable that option, it will ask you the two-step verification code, like what are the code you wanted to keep. That code you can keep it. And email option, email also they are asking, which is not mandatory. You can skip it and you can set the password and click on the done. So the moment you kept the password, no one can open your WhatsApp unless and until you share that password. No one can open your thing. So this way you can protect your privacy and you also can protect your security, right? So these are the options which are provided by the platform. I have not done anything, like whatever they have shared, what are the features are available, I thought of sharing with you, so that some of the people who done earlier, it is well and good, who are not done, and if you are done, so these kind of things will help you to safeguard yourself when you are using some extent, not fully, some extent it will help you to safeguard yourself in the social networking front. So are you all able to done? Are you all able to done? Yes or no? Please say yes or no in the chat area so that we will move. All right, all right. Good, 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 good. Good. Thank you, sir, mom. Thank you. So this is with respect to the WhatsApp, right? And there is one more option which is important to everyone, right? You will be getting a good number of messages, videos, and all such kind of things. Good morning, good night, and videos, this video, that video, and all such kind of things. All that things will come, and it will occupy your phone storage, right? Whatever you 8 GB also you have seen, 64 GB also you have seen, and now people are using 128, 256 GB and all. So whatever the phone, whatever the space you are having, that will be filled within no time. In a maximum of 5 to 6 months, everything will be filled, right? So to avoid such kind of things, what you can do is, you can just do it right now. This option is available for the groups as well as individual also. You can just choose any account, click on the group info. The moment you click on the group info, you will be getting this media visibility, right? If you click on the media visibility, there are three options: default, yes, yes, no. So by default, like what are the media it will come? It will come and it will be stored on your device. It will come and stored in your device. If you say yes, by default, all the media will be downloaded into your phone memory and the phone memory will be filled. And if you say no, no media will be downloaded. No media will be downloaded into your phone memory, but the media will be there as part of your group. The media will be there as part of your WhatsApp group or WhatsApp account. Okay, that will come and it will be stored. And if you want to store, if you want to save, then only you can save. Otherwise, it won't be stored. So that way you can safeguard your phone memory. And when any of these things comes, any of these media comes, then there are always chances. Then there are always chances that along with the media, either viruses, Trojan, malware kind of thing can be downloaded on your device. Okay, better not to download any media on any of your devices unless and it is required, unless it is came from a known source or known kind of thing, right? So that way you can safeguard your privacy, security, as well as phone memory. So these are the settings with respect to the WhatsApp. Hope is it clear to all of you? Is it hope and clear to all of you and able to make some settings, right? Right? Are you able to do it? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, if you are open to everyone, you will be getting these kind of messages. In the groups, I shown it to you, everyone, my contacts kind of thing. If you are not restricting the people, so these kind of things will come and you will be responding kind of thing. So during that process, someone, if you click on link, there are chances that something can be downloaded on any of your device kind of thing. So, uh, keep those privacy settings on, so that you can avoid all these kind of things. Okay, so still, you know, the KBC is not there, but still you will be getting number of things. Says that like KBC will be start by June, July kind of thing. You can participate, you can share numbers and all such kind of things. So never ever believe, I shown you one quote, nothing is free, nothing is available free, right? So take these preventions and safeguard yourself in the digital world. These are the some security tips which you can visit our web portal, and you can just, you know, get benefit out of it. And there is a tool, there is a website where it says like tineye.com. So what this tineye.com will help you is, it will help you to find out whether your images are used by any other people, or you know, the images are only with you, right? For example, your photographs are there, so your photographs are only available with you or with any other people, right? To check that issue, you can just upload your picture in the blue line. There is up arrow is there, click there, upload any of your picture and find out. Okay, once you upload the picture, click the find, and you will come to know whether any of your pictures are used by any other people, or the pictures are only with you, right? Okay, if the pictures are outside, you know, other people are having your pictures, then you can talk to them nicely and ask them to remove. Otherwise, take the screenshots and give a complaint. At least police people will try to help you out. Okay, so this is one website where you can find out, where you can check your privacy things. And there is another website called pick2map.com. In that particular website, if you upload your picture, it will give you whole lot of information. You know, which camera you have used, what is the file information, what is the date, what is the GPS, what is the location, and what is the address. Whole lot of information. We all know that one picture will give you 1,000 words of information. In the same way, in the digital world also, if you upload one picture in one location, so you will come to know whole lot of information. So this is, I can download a picture, I can see like where you have taken this picture and all. So that is how these fraudsters will try to influence, and you know, they will try to influence the other people like victim, and they will try to build the trust and build by sharing this information. You will be thrilled, right? Shishidhar sir, like yes, like yesterday you went to that Lumbini Park. I saw you, like you went along with your you know, girlfriend, not with your wife. You know, all such kind of things. No, not to you know, say anything, sir, just giving an example. Don't take it the other way around. Okay, so that kind of information they will try to, right. Thank you, sir. Right, so that kind of information these people will capture and try to, you know, build that rapport. And you know, later if that kind of things happens, they will try to ask them to share, you know, your videos, pictures, whatnot, the private parts and all such kind of things. So many nonsense things which are happening, not to say like that, but otherwise that is the reality in some of the cases. Okay, where these children who are using these electronic gadgets first time. Okay, the people who are using these electronic gadgets, the people who are coming up with the new registrations and all the things, there are always chances that you know, people can fall in fraud. So this is a website, sir, pick2map.com, pick2map.com, right? So that's the website which will give you a whole lot of information, right? So these are the some things wherein you can you know, take care of yourself. Otherwise, you know, there are chances that this will give you know, whole lot of information, right? So in the same way, if at all, if you are having a Facebook, you can do the similar kind of privacy and security options. I'll just show you the screenshots, because we are lagging time. You know, we have less amount of time. So let me give you some of the screenshots. Once you open your Facebook, I think someone is also asked, you know, morning, so if the person was dead, so how do we do that, right? So simply what you can do, you can just type facebook.com /report. There you will be getting n number of options, and you can just report those the things, like no, that person was in non-exist, so try to, you know, remove that account. Otherwise, that account will be used by the takeover, that account will be taken over by some other people, and he will try to misuse that things. Okay, if you came to know such kind of things, try to report it to the Facebook guys, and any other guys, any platform, and try to report those intermediary, or report those people, and they will try to remove that account from that account. So definitely you will be a friend in his social networking account. All right. So that will be sufficient. So those people will check whether you are there in that friend list or not. If you are there, if you intimate them, they will keep it on hold, and later part they will remove after some time. Okay, if the account is not logged in for some period of time, immediately they will block it. Okay, so same way you can just click on the drop down in the Facebook, and there is an option called settings. Once you click on that settings, there is a security and login. There also two-step verification is there. Just now you have enabled the two-step verification code in the WhatsApp. Similarly, you can enable it. So I also told you the social networking things will give you a whole lot of information. You can just see there is a Windows button and a mobile phone is there. So it shows that like you are logged in Windows, you are logged in this iPhone 7, right? I'm just showing some of the screenshots. So this way, like, this way you can just see. This way you can, it goes of information. So now they came to know you are using a PC which is having a Windows operating system, which is in active, and they will be getting your IP address. And they also will come to know like who is the service provider and which location this IP address is located. Okay, so all such kind of information you will be getting unless and until you disable those options, right? See, as I told you, like your email ID is there, and all such kind of thing. There are always chances that this information is goes out of our hand, right? In the Facebook, privacy options are there. So these privacy options you have to do it. Definitely, I suggest everyone to enable these privacy options. Okay, click on the privacy option. Who can see your friend list? To whom you will show the friend list? You will show it to only your friends, or you won't share with anyone or with everyone. How do you do that? Okay, there are options. If you click on the edit, only me or a group of friends or known people and all the things. But if you ask me, who can see your friend list, who can see your email address, and who can see your phone number, I will keep only me. I will keep only me. If you do that, it will be better. And if you are not, if you are making it available, all other people who are seeing your profile, they'll come to know who are your friends, what is your email address, what is your mobile number, and all the things. Thank you, sir. I think one sir mentioned only me. So I request all of you, keep these settings only me, so that you can safeguard your account. If you keep these privacy settings only me, and if you enable the two-step verification, your account is safeguarded. 98% your account is safeguarded, right? So that way, like, you can enable these privacy settings and you can safeguard your things, right? Yes, by any chance your Facebook is account is hacked, you can just facebook.com/hacked. So I found a post, someone else got into my account without my permission. I found my account was uses my name and photos. People can see things that I brought in where in private. I can't see the right option in the list, right? So all these options are available. You can intimate those people so that they will keep your account hold for some time till verification is done, right? So this way you can just report if an account is hacked. And by any chance, if you want to make a report, you can use instead of hack, you can use the report, and you can report that your account is used by other people or hacked or whatever it is. So those options, like here how you got this 5 option, similarly we'll be getting another 5 more options, and you can do that, and you can safeguard your thing or your family members accounts kind of thing, right? This is what you can just do that. Okay, so this is with respect to the Facebook also, right? There are so many other aspects which we can discuss, but lack of time, I'm not discussing these things. Okay. Okay, let's move on to this financial thing. We'll just discuss for another 5 minutes. Is this ATM is this ATM is correct ATM, or like it is not? Is it a correct ATM or not? Can you anyone says whether it is a right ATM or no? Okay, someone said no. Any reason, sir? Yes, sir said no. Any reason? I wanted to see more responses. Whether you are listening or not, I don't know. If it is a offline session, I can see you all. Skimmer is provided. Okay, very good. All right. Yes, yes. I want more responses, please. Okay. No. Very good. You can see the difference now. In the above mission, skimmer is not there. In the below mission, skimmer is there. In the below mission, skimmer is attached. What is the skimmer? It will read your data. It will read your credit card, debit card data. Okay, any ATM machine, once you go there, you can just check whether any blinking, wherever you are inserting, there some space is there or not. After checking that, you can insert your card and all such kind of things. In the below machine, skimmer is there. So what this skimmer will do? Skimmer will collect all this data. So many sophisticated skimmers are there. You can just see. So this is very, very sophisticated skimmer. This skimmer which collect your credit card data, like what is the data, what is the card number, expiry, CVV and all. And at the same time, whenever you are typing a pin, it also capturing your pin, right? So by using this, they can clone the card and they can make a duplicate card because the card is available, ATM pin is available, they will withdraw the money on your behalf. So these are the various skimmers which are attached to the ATM machines. These are all very sophisticated. These are all very sophisticated skimmers where you cannot identify unless and until if you see them. Since I'm showing it in pictures, you'll be able to differentiate. Otherwise, we cannot differentiate whether the skimmer is there or not. So you have to be careful, like wherever you are using these ATM machines kind of thing. So this way you can safeguard wherever you are entering the pin. Try to enter the pin by yourself by by closing that keypad kind of thing. Okay. So my thing is like I think the morning onwards we were keep on discussing. So wherever, whenever you are sharing any of your username, password, or online transactions kind of thing, please ensure that it should have a padlock and HTTPS symbol. If you click on the padlock, you will be seeing this digital certificate. Morning in the first session, you have heard about digital signature and digital sign. Okay, so this is a digital signature where we all know if you want to release a product, so it will be thoroughly checked and after that it will be released. In the same way, the same thing is applicable in the cyber world also. So whenever you are hosting something, any government wanted to host, they cannot host the website just like that. So they have to share that website details. It should be audited. There is a term called audited. It will be checked by some other agency, and after that they will be giving a clearance picture. Says that like you can go for hosting the thing. So then that time they will be giving this kind of digital certificate. Okay, then that time they will be giving the digital certificate. So based on that, there are some companies who will give this digital certificate which will safeguard your website. Okay, you have to ensure that the padlock is there, HTTPS is there. Once in a while, you have to check this digital certificate. See, for example, in this digital certificate, it is issued by DigiCert Incorporation and the validity is over. The validity is over on January 24, 2022. Now, by this time, there might have been a new certificate with the new validity. Okay, now if you go and check that SBI website, the certificate says that 24th October 2022, right? So that new certificate has a validity up to that level, up to that date. Okay, these three things sometimes once in a while you have to check it and you have to do it. If it is HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the data can be viewed, by anyone. Like when I'm sending a mail, when I'm sending a message to, any of your officer, other people also can see. See, for example, I wanted to send a message to Vijay Krishna. All right, I wanted to send a message to Vijay Krishna. If it is HTTPS, Sisidhar sir can see that. If I am having an HTTPS, if I am using HTTPS, Sisidhar sir cannot see. Only it will goes to Krishna. It will go to Krishna sir, right? So that's the thing. So someone is asking like, what is the use of this HTTPS? Which is a bit technical. When the data is going from one person to other person, okay, there are some 7 layers. Okay, you might have been heard about that OSI layers. In that OSI layers, there is a one layer called communication layer. In that communication layer, so if the HTTPS is there, it is a clear text, so people can see it. If I am enabling this secure, like that SSL certificate which I shown you in the digital certificate, if I enable that certificate, it will be encrypted. It will be send some different characters. You can just see in the hacker, see these AD, FG, okay, FG87G3 and all. So they cannot see the real characters. It will be encrypted. It will be going into the different character. Like when you're typing the password, mostly will be seeing star mark, hash mark, and all that things. So that means it is encrypted. Okay, that will be encrypted and it will be sent to the other person. Right? In the if it is HTTPS is there, it will be encrypted and the message goes to the other person so that he will receive in a safe and secure manner. Right? So that's the advantage. That's the advantage while having this HTTPS, right? So my thing is, like, whenever you can just see the padlock, HTTPS, SSL certificate, if you have all these things, it will be good. So as I told you, this is one example. Your SBI account has been suspended for verification. Please complete the KYC by clicking here. Many of the people might have been received this kind of message. So once you receive that message, immediately just opened it and it is asking my username and password, entered OTP also, captcha also entered, received a OTP, I entered some other OTP and it says that please wait. Okay, you can just see this is almost like an SBI kind of thing, but it is not a SBI website. You can just see on the top sbiupdate.com. There is no that sbiupdate.com website by the SBI, right? So these are a phishing website. It will capture your details and they will started misusing that things. Okay, and he is provided and he lost immediately the 1 lakh rupees, 20 lakh, 20,000 rupees and some transaction charges kind of thing. Right, later part we cannot do anything, right? So my last tip with respect to this thing, online shopping. So whenever you do any online shopping on any e-commerce platforms, on any websites, okay, once the selection is over, enter the credit card, debit card or wallet details, complete the transaction and remove the payment method. And remove the payment method. Okay, remove the payment method. Either any e-commerce platform or any website. Once the transaction is over, remove the payment method. Whenever you are doing any transaction, enter the payment details. Complete the transaction. Once the transaction is over, remove that payment method. Any chance, don't keep those things. Otherwise, what will happen? Right? Once you come back, you will keep your mobile phone in a location where the same mobile phone is used by the family members also, either your brother, sister, or son, daughter, whoever it is there. So once they take your phone, immediately they may download or some kind of games are already available there, right? Once you if that games are created with the intention to financial fraud, there are always chances that after you progresses some 3 to 4 levels, they will be asking that you have to pay this XYZ amount and immediately the money will be get debited from your credit card or debit card, whatever it is there in the mobile phone, not in the gaming side. Anywhere in the mobile phone, if those details are available, so they will capture those details and they will direct the money. And you will be surprised to see that once the statement is generated, you will be getting a amount. This is the amount you have to pay, and you will be surprised. And you know that like you have not spent, but the statement will be generated. How this will happen? Any international transaction, they don't need your CVV, expiry, OTP, and all such kind of thing. Just they need your credit card number. By entering that credit card number, they can complete that financial transaction. That is only the reason I'm saying don't store any of your details on any of these any of these platforms, any of the online e-commerce or any ticket booking platforms, any platforms. Never ever store any of the details. Once the transaction is over, remove those details. Otherwise, there are chances that people can lose the money like this. Okay, domestic transactions only they need your CVV, expiry, OTP and all. But international transactions, which is not required at all. But keeping all those things in mind, RBI has brought in some rules. Any credit card comes to you earlier, that is opened. Any credit card comes, so that is opened with international as well as domestic transactions. But if you receive any credit card or debit card nowadays, international transactions are disabled. Your domestic transactions are also disabled. So you can just log on to your online account, go to the settings, go to the card settings. There you can, enable your domestic transactions, disable your international transactions. In the domestic transactions also, they're giving a lot of options. ATM transactions, POS transactions, UPI payments transactions. All those things also you can set your limits. So based on your utility, you can set the limits and you can safeguard yourself. So whenever you wanted to spend more money, you increase that money at that point of time, complete the transaction and come back and decrease that and again decrease that limit. So that way you can do online happily. You can do online transactions before you make the payment. Enter those details. Once you completed those details, remove the payment method. This way you can safely do your online transactions and safeguard your hard-earned money. Okay, hope it is clear to all of you. Hope it is clear to all of you. Please say yes or no, then only I can understand. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so this is with respect to my social networking and financial transactions. Let me also show my website where you can access all this all this information. I'm sorry. You can go to this infosecawareness.in. You can go to this infosecawareness.in. Once you go to the infosecawareness.in, there is something called announcements. Here you have join our 2-hour course in cyber hygiene practices. Okay, you can click on this. So this is exclusively designed for all government officials, those who are attending this training program. The same program you can suggest to your family members as well as your colleagues also. Okay, if you click on login, it will ask you the username and password. If you are already login, if you are already enrolled, you can log in and access. And if you're first time, you can just click here and come register here. Then it will ask you some details. Once you provide the details, account will be created and you will be learning so many things which are related to the cyber hygiene practices. So this cyber hygiene practices gives you hygiene practices for personal digital device safety, hygiene practices for home and remote working and learning. So all those aspects we are covering in this in this training course, and you can join and you can enroll yourself. Okay, so the link also I'm just keeping it in our chart area. You can just check these things and you can just do that. And again, on 1st of April, on 1st of June, we were organizing the Cyber Jagrata Divas, and there also it is an awareness session, one more awareness session by another domain expert. Okay, if you are interested, you can enroll yourself, you can enroll your department people also. Okay, infosecawareness.in DIW, I'm just keeping in the chart area. You can circulate to your near and dear, let them register and attend this session also. Okay, so this way who are all attending today's training program,